This is the other side of the doghouse, and there's the stairs that they use. Now this kennel, hey boys, hey Lance. There's Lance and Nikki, yeah. Duffy and Tucker, and you see Bear laying over there. Duffy goes for a weigh-in today, so he's on a diet. He's on medication for it. So, back of the house. That hanging screen is just temporary. I have the screens that hang with the magnets on them that work great, but until I get those up there, I just stuck that up real quick, only because the boys have a habit of running right through the screen that came with the slider. And then there's a little dog door over there. And how this works is, at 10 o'clock at night, the gate gets closed, so the dogs have full usage of the kennel all night. And in the morning at 5 o'clock, when we get up, I open the gate, and then they have full usage of the yard. So they have everything from 5 in the morning till 10 in the evening. So, anyway, this is the yard. I ran the tractor through it yesterday just to kind of even it off and to lift up a lot of leaves and get a lot of them mulched up and cleaned up and such, and started working on the garden. There's some more of those cylinders. Like I say, I get them for nothing, so so much for that. The lean-to back there is going to come down off. I'll use that lumber for something because it's all new lumber, you can see it. And this truck body, which is 24 foot long, which I'm sure you've seen before, is going to get buried. I've got a hole way over on the side of that fence, and I just got to find somebody that'll come in here with a car carrier. There's a few of them around that'll do it, but I just got to make sure we got the room and such, and pull this up and drop it off in the hole. I'll reinforce the roof, and I'm going to bury it and use it as an underground shed for the yard tractor and such, and all the lawnmowers. That used to be a lighthouse. It used to go around and light up and all that kind of stuff, but a tree fell down next door, fell on the lighthouse, broke the top, so I made a birdhouse. Now I just got to find a place to put it. That's another dog fort. It's good to see the lawn coming back. Yeah, that's another dog fort. As again, that truck body. Alright, and start working on the leaves. Now that little dip you see in the ground over there, which is about 25 by maybe 25 or 30, that originally was 6 bamboo stalks that I planted there, because there used to be a fence there. And which is another story, but the stalks, 6 stalks, actually grew within a year and a half, so thick and dense and deep that it started taking that over, and it would almost double itself every year. So if I didn't get it out of there, I would have lost the whole yard. The boys loved it because they used to run through there and like play camouflage and army and whatever else they wanted to play running through there, but it was just getting too much and taking over the yard. So I had to dig down almost 2.5, 3 feet to get it all out of there. So, but now I ran some across the back fence to make a living fence. Even though the fence is there to help hold the dogs in, the bamboo is going to cover the fence. And there's another fort over there, a couple trees up there that came down, and I got to get up there and cut those up. And eventually I'll get that fence around that rock. And this is the garden. Oh, these are ashes actually. See all these? Those are ashes from the wood burner and the fireplace. They actually help fertilize, so I just sprinkle them around the yard whenever I feel it, wherever I feel it. Here's the garden. Now, if I'm talking too fast or too slow, or if I'm mumbling, it's only because I had just gotten up and I'm waiting for the coffee to brew, and it's a beautiful day, so I decided I'd come out here real quick. But anyway, I did a thing on the garden. We took this fence down, so I was able to get in there with the tractor. I drove in, I backbladed all the way out. Oh, let me get rid of the zoom here. Sorry guys. Backbladed all the way out, cleaned it all up, had it down to bare earth. Good soil, and then I put the weed control over it and the cylinders. Now the cylinders actually help us. They help the garden grow, believe it or not. We used to use the large staples to hold down the weed control, but they would tear through every now and then, so I started placing a couple of these cylinders around just to hold it, and every place we had a cylinder, it seemed like we had better growth everywhere, so we started using the cylinders more so. I think it's the lime that's in the cylinders keeps the soil sweet. So, but without that tractor, this would have been a pain in the ass. So, and like I said, that lean-to and shed's going to be out of here hopefully this year. The shed will be in the hole on the other side of that property line. I'll walk over there and show you. That little shed, I may keep it there just to house the wood splitter, the log splitter, and the cutting blade, which is on that tractor down there. I don't know if you see it, the yellow. That's what I use for cutting the lawn as well. So. Then I hooked up these two sprinklers. They're hooked up to a timer, and I ran some underground PVC. There's a 300-foot roll. I run this shit all over the place. I use it for a number of things. One is for water, and the other is if I want to run any lines through the ground, you know, power or something. I use that, and I put some, paracord through it so I can use it as a pole. So, and then I got a piece there, and that's all underground, and it goes over to that fence over there. And I think I'm still showing you everything. I can't see now because the sun is blocking the lens, because that over there is going to be part of a garden as well. There's some leaves, whatever isn't decomposed, those will get picked up and out of there and put over there in that pile, which is over there that we've done already. And basically that's where we're at. That was the leftover wood that we had. It was all stacked here. And it was stacked, but I just pushed it over there, and I'll restack it over there alongside the fence here. And when I get that tree down on the other side of the property, I get that split, we'll be all set. So, and then up in this tree, I've got 4 birdhouses up there. You can see 3 of them, but there's another one over there. And they actually use these things all summer. You'll see the birds in and out of there, the little ones coming out and sticking their head out to get fed. And I got them all over the place here. Now these train tracks, believe it or not, are a pain in my ass. When we bought this house, these train tracks was one track. And it was kind of that picturesque type track. You know, when you walked out there, because this fence wasn't here. This was all high, you know, weeds and things. But when you walked out here, you were able to look up and down the track, and you would see, you know, the weeds growing through it, a coyote crossing once in a while, you know, wildlife, you know, things that you would normally see in an old hometown deserted track type. And it was nice, you know, we really enjoyed it. And maybe, and I say maybe, once or twice a week, maybe more than that, but I wouldn't say no more than once a day, if that. An old train would come by here carrying granite from the quarry. But they decided they had to work on a bridge. And when they were doing that, they had to detour the trains that were going into Boston. Hold on a minute.